All right, so the first diet that we're talking about is the ketogenic diet, or keto. So I'm going to throw it to the person that's much smarter than I to talk about. Sabrina, what is the keto diet?
The keto diet is a diet where you're eschewing most carbohydrates, so you're eating mainly fat and protein. And it's a way to put your body into a term called ketosis.
All right. So is there anything that you like about the ketogenic diet from a scientific standpoint?
Personally, I like fat and meat, tastes really good. But from a health perspective, I don't like the fact that it basically eliminates an entire group of food, carbohydrates. And anytime you do that, it's kind of going to an extreme.
What are some potential consequences that somebody could experience as a result of adopting a ketogenic diet?
There are certain nutrients like fiber and vitamins that you might not get if you're just eating fat and meat as the bulk of your diet. And that can set you up for things like cardiovascular disease if you have a genetic potential to go that direction. And also, maybe you're just going to get bored with not eating carbs.
Bill, in accounting, did the ketogenic diet this year, and Bill lost 40 pounds. That sounds pretty nice. I'd like to lose 40 pounds as well. Seems like it works to me.
Well, it could work for weight loss, especially in the beginning. Whether or not it's sustainable throughout a lifetime or whether or not it's actually health promoting, that remains to be seen. A few things about the ketogenic diet I want to point out. Firstly, the point of the ketogenic diet is to get your body into something called ketosis, which is actually very difficult to do, and most people on the diet don't actually go there. It's also extreme, meaning you're avoiding a certain chunk of food or nutrition, so carbohydrates. And what a lot of people report is that it's difficult to do that. People want to eat carbs. We're naturally driven to eat carbohydrates. And when you avoid that, it becomes very restrictive. And that's a term of extreme eating. Also, the ketogenic diet doesn't allow you to have an abundance of fruits and vegetables, which have very crucial vitamins and minerals that you need to eat in order to maintain a healthy diet. Another thing with the ketogenic diet is that initially people experience a significant amount of weight loss. Like the scale really shows you, wow, I've lost pounds in just a few days. And actually what that is water loss. Carbohydrates themselves, when they're stored in the body in the muscle tissue, they hold a certain amount of water. So when you're starving yourself of carbohydrates, you're not only losing the carbohydrate, but you're losing the water weight attached to the carb. So you're not necessarily losing body fat, which is what most people are trying to do on the ketogenic diet, but you're losing water weight. So that happens initially. You might also experience some types of brain fog where it's difficult to concentrate, or you become irritable because carbohydrates are what the central nervous system relies on to run most of the time. Now, when you switch over to this ketogenic state, you can train your brain and your central nervous system to run more on the protein and the fats, but there is a transition, and sometimes it's a difficult one. So those are a few things to keep in mind. Also, if you're not eating carbs, it's very difficult to perform well during physical activity, during your exercise. It's hard to push yourself vigorously to maintain or improve fitness or muscle mass if you don't have the fuel in the form of carbohydrates to do so.
So right now you have the option. You can go to talking about habit change and sustainability, or we can go back to our diets and you can learn about the next one.